Hey, what's happening, YouTube? I'm going to do an update video, probably my last one of the year. I moved some fish around today. We're at, this is the 33 long. This is the tank that I had the Labradins in. I took the Labradins out. These are my Lion's Eye grow outs, my bigger ones. There's one guy here, he's kind of a giant. He's about 3 inches probably. Yeah, this tank's doing good. It's just pool filter sand, 2 sponge filters. These guys were eating veggie krill in the other tank. I am now going to switch them over to small cichlid. They're already eating. They've only been in the tank an hour or something. But yeah, these guys are going to do really well in here. And down below, this is the Boldeye. They're of course getting nice and big. Still surprised that there really isn't much color on these fish. I think it's the substrate. I mean, they pretty much match the substrate as far as that goes. Surprisingly, haven't lost any more in here, just the 2 that I lost originally. So these guys are doing really well, fighting like they normally would. And let's move out to the 125 here with the loaches. And the Lion's Eye spawned last night again. So they're in protect mode. You can see the eggs around the pot there. They go from about halfway there all the way around the bottom, about halfway up to the other side. And then the loaches are doing pretty well. There's a couple plecos in here too. Couple bushy nose plecos. Yeah, I can't see them now, but there's 2 in here. They're both about 7, 8, 9 years old, something like that. But yeah, so these guys are doing good. Finally got another spawn out of them. We'll see if, or I shouldn't say finally. I did have one last time, but it wasn't successful. They went to Wigglers, and then she moved them up underneath this tile here, and then they disappeared. So hopefully she can hold on to them this time, and I'll pull another batch of them. And next door we've got Enigma down here and Future. I still have the divider in. I've opened the hole up in the divider a couple times, this one here, and he's just completely ruthless with her. Wants to kill her, so we're just gonna see if I can get him to spawn through the divider for now. Her tail, though, a little update on that, has completely healed. You can see, I'm surprised about that, really. I've never seen one. It was a 1/4 inch into the peduncle, and usually they don't come back from that, but she's healed up and good to go, so I'm happy about that, because I was kind of bummed. Maybe you've noticed I changed the background on this tank to blue. It has made him look a lot better. Even with this neutral gravel, the blues have come back on him. So that's a good thing. But these 2 are always at the divider. She doesn't really get pale blonde or anything like that around him, but she does show interest, so we'll just see what they do. I've been thinking about putting a rock, somewhere over here, or near the divider at least. So if she does decide she wants to lay, she can lay on there, and then he can obviously fertilize, pretty easily through the divider. So it's nice to see she's got a little bit of her attitude back. He does as well. Just not when he's on camera. Alright, let's keep moving. And here I've got the Loki grow outs. Moved them into this 75, put a blue background on it. This here is Grimlock. He's my keeper so far out of this group. One of them that I'm keeping anyway. He's a stud. Not too bad for only, he's maybe 4 inches. He's looking good. Ruler of the tank. Sorry for that glare there. Get all these tanks in one room. There's a few more in here that I'm going to hold on to. Probably this one here. This one's a female. Just by the way he's acting around it, I'm about 99% sure that that's a female right there. Just by his actions. There's another decent one here. I mean, they're all nice, but the ones that I've got my eye on anyway. But Grimlock here, he's pretty awesome. So I'll be using him for further Gumby fun. Yeah, he's pretty active. All these guys here are eating power feed, growing like weeds on that. I start feeding power feed as soon as they're able to fit it in their mouth. So that's, what, 2 inches, and they're eating power feed already. Down below, these are the wraps. Gumbies, they're also on power feed now, and as you can see that they've really taken off in size now. This fat bugger right here. As you can see, there's like 0 freckles on these Gumbies. At least at this point. I mean, I don't know. I'm not gonna bash anybody, but these guys are. If I could get a refund, we'll put it that way. Then we'll move over to the Cichlid of the Americas ones. These guys are also eating power feed now, and they're growing. This guy here is gigantic. Same as the wraps deal with these guys. I'm really unimpressed, but I suppose every video I say that, so I think you guys kind of get the picture. This guy might be all right. It's hard to say. They've got more freckles than the wraps ones, but anyway, this tank here had an Gumby in it. I think last video, the one that was going to Jason up there, he's got that thing. I shipped it up to him this past week. So hopefully you'll be seeing that fish in his videos pretty soon. That fish had a pretty interesting freckle pattern. Had a 7, like a 700 on it, and the freckle pattern on one side of his face. So hopefully he takes some really good pictures, so he'll be able to show that, and maybe some of his pictures coming up. This is Optimus and his female, which I have yet to name. I'm gonna start thinking about naming her now. This is the fry from their first batch still. They did spawn, but obviously she was caring for both these guys and the eggs at the same time, which was pretty impressive to watch. Of course, the eggs lost out in the deal because these guys, ate them. So, but this pair is doing really well. They're super good parents, obviously. So I'm really happy with these two. He's growing, and yeah. So I'm happy with this pair. This pair down here, that's Ragnarok, and the female that I've yet to name his female too. They do have fry from their last spawn. It was a success. There was maybe 35, 40 fry. I went in there today as I was moving fish around and I stole most of them. You can see some down there, but I took a lot of them. This is the female that I did that little short video on Facebook last week before, something like that. But she's really beautiful, especially in that coloration she's in right now. The ventrals are nice and black. Her eyes are black. She's stunning. He's not too shabby either, but she's a show stealer. She's a double mag X. So I don't. At least I've got one of those left. I sent all those off to the appropriate people, and when I went to clean the tank that the fry were, that those fry were in, you know, to ship them off, I bagged them all up and sent them on their way, and went to go tear the tank down, and she was stuck underneath the sponge filter, so I had one left, and she made it, and there she is. She's producing for me now, and that's that. So good times. Ragnarok's getting bigger, starting to get a little attitude now with the fry in there. He'll come up and, you know, flare and charge the glass and all that stuff, but he's a nice little fish too. Sorry for that glare again. So yeah, all the fish in this room are eating power feed. Of course, as you know, I'm a big proponent of Southern Delight. I love that food. I've been feeding it for a long time now, and it's worked wonders for me. And we'll move out here into Magnus and Beast. They're getting ready to spawn. They were really close. I took their... She wanted to spawn in the clay pot that was down here, and I didn't want her to. So I took the pot out, and I have this huge PVC pipe. It's like a 12-inch PVC pipe. It's at least it's 12-inch ID. So anyway, I took and cut it down and put it in here, thinking they would go in there, and plus it would be a good place for her to hide away from him sometimes. But she hasn't been in there. He'll go in there now finally. But I'm hoping to get them to spawn either on one of these tiles or in that tube. It's kind of my preference, because this clay pot here is just a little too small for adequate breeding anyway. So, but yeah, this pair is doing really well. She took a beating the other day during water change time, like usual. He gets pretty hard on her and chews on her a bit. But that's these guys. They're doing pretty good, eating large cichlid. Then over here I got Crixus. He might even come out for us here. He's getting to be a little more used to the camera and stuff. He's about 4.5, 5 inches. Nice little fish. As you can see, I got this tank divided. So I had that Mag Z that I got from Jason, and that Mag Z, I could never see it. It was hiding constantly. So I figured, alright, I'll just take the Mag Z, I'll put a divider in here, and because Crixus was shy too, so I just put a divider in here, you know, secured it really well. Put some cover in here for that Mag Z and let him, that way these two can kind of strut for each other, and maybe they'll come out a little bit more, but I don't even know if you can see that Z in here. Oh, you can see here, he's back there. He probably won't come out. He's still pretty shy, so He's a nice little fish for sure, but I don't think he'll come out. But Crixus is out though. He's getting nice and thick now. So that Mag Z is going to come out just a little bit. Let's see if we can get him. You can get just be patient here, maybe he'll come out. Yeah, there we go. Beauty. Well, it's good to see him out finally, you know. You just got to be patient with these fish sometimes, you know. Patience does pay off. This guy here is spawned from Magnus and Beast. He's got some really nice finnage, nice freckling. And the Mag Z is still out. Yeah. And down below, in the 125, this is where I put all the labradins. So they can stretch out a tad and start growing some more. This spring we'll be adding a couple more tanks to the collection, probably the last 2 big tanks anyway. And I'll be splitting this group up and maybe taking both of those 125s and filling it with these fish, so they're pretty important to me, so I've been wanting them a long time, so we're going to take extra special care of them. I'm hoping they'll start to get a little bit of color to them now, so we can so I can get some pictures of them. Then over here we got Orion. He's his normal grumpy self. Sorry for the glare as usual. They've still got fry in here. Those fry are over an inch long. But she spawned not that long ago, but the fry disappeared from, I'm sure these guys here killed them off. So the problem is I can never get any side views of this fish, you know. Every time he's always staring at the camera all the time. There. I try not to let him bite the glass too much or the acrylic too much because he does scratch it every single time. So that's the deal with him. He's doing good. And then over here we've got Big Hoss. Grumpy as ever. And then this last week I was doing water changes and he must have forgot about the fact that I bucket him usually, because I used to take him out and throw him in a bucket because he's just too damn mean and I can't clean the tank. So I take him and put him in a 5-gallon bucket so I can clean the tank, and then when I'm done I'll throw him back in, you know. I did that 2 times and then he kind of got with the program, and every time then when I went in there to clean, he just lay in the corner and wait for me to get done. That took 2 weeks of that, and then he was back to being a jerk again, so I almost had to bucket him again this time. But I slapped him up with the Python tube, and I kind of changed his tune a little bit, and we got him tuned up, so now he was fine this last time after I did that. So. And down below we got Sampson right in this spot again. He does come out when I do water changes. He doesn't like the colder water being put in the tank. Usually when I do water changes, it lowers the water temp about 4 or 5 degrees. He doesn't like that. He comes out, then he kind of goes in that pot and lays on his side like he's dying. So he doesn't like that water temperature differential, but I just can't get him to come out. One of these times before a video, I think I'll just take that tile right out of there so you guys can see him. Then over here we've got the Rivey Lattice. They still have their fry from the last spawn. There's probably 30 or so. I don't even know if they're showing up in there in the camera or not, but this pair is doing really well. They're eating growth. They're doing really well. Male's growing. She's of course pissed off that I'm here. Up here is just the. Let's see if the light will turn on here. Got the 3 Boldeye male Grimodes. Female Grimodes is hiding under the clay or under the sponge filter. I got them divided because the female just about killed the male because she had laid eggs, and that didn't go well. So she decided to try to kill everybody. So I just threw a divider in there. Here's the Boldeye fry. They're growing. I had some lion's eye fry down in this 20 long. I moved those up because the bigger lion's eye were up here, so I moved the smaller ones up. You can see a couple of them in there. Then I pulled some of the Ragnarok fry. They're back here. You can kind of see them swimming around. Then I got some more Umbi fry down here from Optimus and some Chanchos in that tank. But that's about it, really. For this update, like I said, it'll probably be my last one for the year. So happy holidays to everyone, and I hope everybody has a safe holiday season. Gets everything they want for Christmas. And thanks again for all the support. Please visit all the Team Aquatic Support members' YouTube channels. I have them listed below in the description. Please subscribe to those guys. And of course, check out Aquatic Support Systems on Facebook and Aquatic Support Community Group. We also have a Fish Keepers Classifieds group if you are on Facebook and you want to sell some stuff. Just no business postings are allowed there. And that's about it. So thanks again, and really appreciate all you guys. And we'll talk to you next year. Thank you.